Raise your hand if, since the pandemic, over the last 4 years, you have sat, had lunch, conversed in a middle school cafeteria. All right, some of us, good, and you lived. Congratulations. You know, that middle school cafeteria I've heard be defined as a lot of things. A lot of adjectives assigned to that cafeteria. I've heard it from everything as an insane asylum and a zoo. But I'm telling y'all, there's so much more richness in those tables. I'm the proud principal of Aaron Cone Middle School, the most diverse school in Muskogee County School District in Columbus, Georgia. Very proud of that, and it is that diversity, that richness that we will explore tonight because there are leadership lessons embedded in those cafeteria conversations. Now, that's not to say insane asylum and zoo are not fitting some days. But there are leadership lessons for all of us, and especially leadership lessons that I have used in my career. So let's get into it. First and foremost is the power of inclusion. Now, sadly, inclusion has become a word that's been politicized as of late, but let's take that phrase. Power of inclusion, the strength in constantly dealing with people that are different than you. Had a profound conversation with a young student named Sarah. At Aaron Cone, we practice PBIS points, and you guys might not be familiar with that. That stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. And what it seeks to do is to reward positive behaviors to model what we look to see, right? I'm a former English teacher, so etymology, word study, I'm nerdy about that. And so you need to understand that punishment comes from the Latin root punire, which is different than disciple, which is the root word for discipline and disciple. What we look to do in discipline is to make children disciples of what we deem to be positive behaviors in society. And so they can use these PBIS points to have a laundry list of things. They can get candy, they can get food, they can do morning announcements, they can have lunch with me. The grand prize is they can be me for a day, and Lord have mercy. An 11-year-old being the principal, you can only imagine how that looks. But Sarah, she spent her PBIS points to have lunch with me, and she made a profound statement. She asked about, you know, our school. I like our school, Dr. Lawrence. I said, why do you like it, Sarah? Everybody's so different. I said, that's a good thing? She said, yes. I said, well, I agree, Sarah. We are very diverse. And she said, what's diverse? Well, it's like ice cream. Would you want 3 options or would you want 30 options? She said 30 options. I said, exactly. We're diverse. She said, oh, yeah, I like being diverse. That's what makes our school great. So I kind of looked. Diversity makes our school great? She said, yeah, you wouldn't want a bunch of supermen. Why not? Well, Dr. Lawrence, you see, Superman is cool, but if you got 6 Supermen in a room and a piece of kryptonite goes in there, everybody dies. You need a Batman to get the kryptonite and kick it out of there. Now, y'all are chuckling, and you should. Think about that, though. That is the power of inclusion. Because we are stronger together. No matter how different we are, how our age is different, races, gender, religions, whatever, we are stronger together because we are more diverse to recognize the weaknesses that we as a society ultimately have. And that Superman theory from Sarah has launched me into having the most diverse leadership team in school history. That inclusion has launched the first time Aaron Cone participated in the Latin American Heritage Festival for our 10%. Because including everybody is how we grow stronger together. So that's from Sarah in the middle school cafeteria. Lesson 2, authentic expression. You walk into a middle school cafeteria at Aaron Cone. One table, girl with pink hair, boy with orange hair, boy with long hair, girl with short hair. There's somebody sketching an anime character. There's somebody drafting a design of a latest building. There's somebody writing the latest Nobel Prize winning poem. All sitting at a table, all enjoying their mashed potatoes and stiff gravy. Nobody says a word. Everybody's just kind of existing. Authentic expression. And here I am in a buttoned up suit with wingtips on that are hurting my feet. And that was my first year as assistant principal. And I said, why am I doing this? When Michelle thinks she's a cat for 2 minutes to get laughs from her friends. And she can do that. Surely I can wear a suit and dunks so that I'm comfortable walking around the school as I herd up these kids. And that has been me every day since. And you know you get an unexpected result from that. Kids see it as a disarming tool. See, what we have to start to realize is we have started to use the children are the future of America as this tired slogan. But do we live that? Do we treat them like they are? Because I'm telling you, if you want to know the state of the country, middle school cafeteria. If you want to know where the country's heading, middle school cafeteria. They will tell you what is going to be important when you are older. What's going to be important to them, right? And it's almost never the things that we care about. Taxes and stuff like that. They're more concerned with how we treat each other, right? And do we appreciate the authentic expression in all of us? And so that is what we aim to do. Now, think about your own job. Are you truly happy on it? Are you the best version of yourself, or are you putting on this facade and people are getting cheated out of the real you and your real genius because you are still hindered by what you think society wants from you in that position? Don't answer, because there might be employers in the room. Strictly rhetorical. But Michelle ain't worried about that. She's worried about, what Michelle wants to do that day. And sometimes that can be frowned upon by adults, but I think it's beautiful to be authentically yourself. We lose that as adults. Got to find a way to get it back. Lesson 3 from the middle school cafeteria. We have to value curiosity. We're not curious anymore, right? So sitting there with a student named Ben, I'm sitting there watching him sketch an airplane at the top of a triangle. Now, math people, I'm an English teacher. What's this? Is this a right triangle? I think, maybe. I don't know. But they were studying the Pythagorean theorem in class. And of course, like all middle school students, where do I need to learn this? But Ben stuck an airplane at the top of his triangle. That's odd. Ben, why you put that airplane at the top of your triangle? Dr. Lawrence, I'm almost sure that this can help me land a plane. Okay, how? Well, I think like if you're in the air, the hypotenuse to the ground or something like that. I don't know. Maybe. Scoots up with my chicken nuggets. Ben, do you want to be a pilot? Yes, sir, I think so. Why? I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. Air Force or commercial? Doesn't really matter as long as I'm in the clouds. Good answer. Calls up flight attendant at Delta friend. Hey, do you know any pilots that would be willing to talk to a middle school student? Yeah, I'll give you a call back tomorrow. And Ben, I got him out of PE, sat there and talked to a Delta pilot for 30 minutes. And it changed. I could see it in his face. He was so excited, he was almost sweating. Asking all the questions. Well, how do you do this? How do you do that? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, the hypotenuse does help me land the plane. I think I'll pay attention in math tomorrow. Like y'all should have seen it. When's the last time you've been that curious? I felt ashamed. We get so wrapped up in the monotony of our day. Ugh. Seriously. I immediately went to Amazon because the pilot suggested books to Ben to read. One was called Stick and Rudder. I always thought that was a weird title. It's an old flight book. But he gave those to Ben to go look up. And Ben did that. And so what did I do? I went to Amazon and I started looking up books on innovative ways to grade and new challenges for discipline and being creative with scheduling, because we need to keep our sword sharp. Where has our curiosity gone? When did our thirst for learning and self-improvement, when did that dissipate? It's something about adulthood that just saps it out of you. No? No? Some of y'all, I can tell it is because you're looking at me like, like, I can tell it's already got you. To the people that are still alive in the building. So what I'm saying is though, let's have that youthful ingenuity, that youthful creativity, that youthful curiosity about what it is that we're doing. Okay? Lesson number 4, grit. No, not what you eat. And I hope nobody in here is arguing salt versus sugar in your grits. Because if you're a sugar person, get out. This is the South. That's disgusting. but grit, guys, that overwhelming desire to get a goal accomplished. Okay? That is what we're talking about. I saw a girl named Jessica in the middle of a crowded middle school cafeteria. Catch that little, you ever been walking through the mall? You go, what was that? She had a plate, a hot dog, chili, mustard, ketchup, and a side of pork and beans, all on her dress. I know, right? It's sad. But for you girls who have been middle school girls before, you can imagine that day could have been over. What does Jessica do? Get the beans off her shirt, come to me, get an Erin Cone shirt out of Lost and Found, and I saw her on purpose walk that same track for the next 2 weeks until Chili Dog Day arrived again. Did she shy away from the chili dog like so many of us would have done and go to the salad line? Heck no. Let me get that chili dog. Matter of fact, let me pay for extra. I want 2 of them things. Now she's walking with it, super confident. Sits down, enjoys her chili dog. What did she teach me? Don't shy away from the hard thing. Lean into the hard thing. That's grit, right? What if Michael Jordan had stopped when he got cut? What if when the people told Oprah she was inarticulate? Walt Disney got told he lacked imagination. Starbucks was told by thousands of investors it would never work. What if they had stopped? How many times did Edison fail with the light bulb? Grit is what these kids have. And it's beautiful to see. Last lesson, carpe diem. Live in the moment. Live in the moment. Nobody embraces living in the moment like a middle school child. Because their hair is the center of their universe. 30 seconds later, it's the boy that they like that doesn't know that they like him, and he wore shoes that matched another girl, and of course he likes her more, and I hate her. That's what middle school life is like. It's a squirrel all day long. But there's something that they treasure about every single moment. That feeling on the 6th grade hall where they see you. Dr. Lawrence, hey, good morning, Jamal. You see him 30 seconds later. Dr. Lawrence. Hey, Jamal. Because they're enjoying the moment, and they're enjoying it with you. This is the Thanksgiving season. Are we thankful for every moment with every loved one, with every employee? Do you value every employee, even the ones that are a little selfish and get on your nerves? Do you value them? Do you value them? Because they add something to their team, or you wouldn't have hired them. That's leadership. Being able to see these things when we don't see it in ourselves. Are we going to challenge ourselves to reinvent ourselves in the mode of a middle school child? Are we going to value inclusion? Are we going to be gritty? Are we going to live in the moment? Are we going to do these things? Because one thing middle schools do better than anything, they discard things that they view as obsolete. And if we're not changing, we're becoming obsolete. Let's not do it for these kids. They are showing us the way. Let's pay attention. Thank you.